Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is May 7, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. Stock market is very tough, very volatile. We got to be selective and buy fundamentally strong companies. In today's segment, we will talk about top stocks with a high short ratio. When the short ratio is high, if you select fundamentally good companies which are beaten down, there is a very high chance these stocks will go higher very quickly. Many of these names can be very good swing trading opportunities which can go higher quickly and squeeze those short sellers. So with that, we got a stock here, Heron Therapeutic. Stock is down big time, and we could see if it is a good candidate for short squeeze situation. So with that, let's jump in, look at many more companies. Look, we'll start with a quick market update, look at stocks with a high short ratio, and finally we'll conclude with few stocks that we can buy. So with that, look, from a fear and greed index perspective, right now we are in the fear zone. So look, we are at 31 right now. I can see us going into say 25 or even 20 for that matter, because we still have geopolitical tensions, high inflation, and jobs report was very good, which might give ammunition to Feds to increase the rates. That's why we got to be careful here. We can still come down from fear level to extreme fear level around say 20 or so. So with that, let's jump in here and look at stock market update. From a stock market update perspective, look, right now we are at the stocks are down big time here. Next week can be even difficult, as you can see here. So bond yields can go higher, which will be a tough time for the stock market. And stocks keep falling, as you can see here. We had a great jobs report that can give some ammunition to Feds to raise the rate. And then you got your China lockdown that's also causing some issues. It's really hurting the supply chain situation, because supply from China is a little more constrained with these lockdowns. And Chinese stocks are very cheap here. We got to be careful here. We can buy some great Chinese stocks, but be very selective. And we got Nvidia here. They are paying 5.5 million to settle SEC charges. For Nvidia, it's a small amount of money, not a big deal here. And we got real estate stocks that are falling off here, like Zillow, Redfin, and so on and so forth. It could be good for long-term investors to buy some at these levels. And then you got high-tech names here, Cloudflare, Bill.com, both high-octane stocks with a high valuation. Both came down big time. So we got to be careful in such names here. If you're a long-term investor, stocks like Cloudflare and Bill could be okay, but understand there'll be some short-term pain. All right, now let's look at the market here. Look, from a market perspective, this is a very tough market. We got a Dow Jones Industrial Average here, 3 months chart. Look, it's came down, went higher, now it's coming down. There is no direction for the market at this time. It's really waiting for any news from the news cycle here. With all the negatives going on here, market does not know where to go. As some situation improve, if the Russia and Ukraine war ends, Chinese lockdown becomes a little bit better, that's when the market will start going higher. That's why if you're long-term investor, it's a great time to buy some quality stocks and ETFs and dollar cost average. Look, it's the same trend in all the major indices here. Generally, it's coming down off late, as you can see here. And it's also did a nice retest in most of these indices here. S&P 500 good retest here. Nasdaq came below after the retest, so we got to be careful here. Look, on the positive side here, gold is holding up pretty okay, even though it's weak. Gold is a good hedge candidate here. You could buy some gold. If the market drops off, it can be a good hedging position here. Oil is doing great here. You could also buy some oil during the down days. But if the war stops, this can go down. As you can see here, there's a significantly higher year to date. Bond is selling off with the Feds selling some bond holdings. This can put some pressure on the bonds, but inflation is going higher. That means interest rates are going higher. That's why 10-year is going higher. That indicates interest rates are higher. This could be troublesome for high debt stocks and also the growth stocks which do not have earnings yet. All right, now let's jump in here and look at stocks with a heavy short ratio and volume more than 500k shares traded. All right, so we got the list here. This is sorted by the short ratio or short float. Look, all these stocks have got high short ratio. Stock at the top has got highest short float, as you can see here. So top of the list is here on therapeutics, HRTX, as you can see here. This one has got nice growth estimate, EPS growth, as well as revenue growth for next year. Overall score is 37, which is not super good, super bad. It's a mid, somewhere in the medium here. RSI 31 tells you it's completely sold off here. And look, institutions are buying slowly here, up 5%. And insiders are selling a little bit, but not too much. So at these levels here, given the stock is sold off completely, you could slowly buy. It's a contrarian play, mainly because net margin is negative here, and they got high debt on the balance sheet. Current ratio is okay. It tells you they got money to meet short-term obligations, and company is not making money. Earnings is negative. So if you're a contrarian, if you can take some short-term pain, you could buy this $4 stock here on therapeutics. You could have a nice jump as you go forward. And as usual, keep watch on what insiders are doing, what institutions are doing. If the insiders and institutions are buying, that's a good sign here. So with that, we got a few more, as you can see here. I love stocks like Bicycle. It's a good one here. You could buy some Bicycle here. It's a biotechnology company here. The overall score is 36. And we also have a few more names which are going higher. I would also look at the RSI. If the RSI is above 50, probably don't jump in at the time, but if the RSI is below 50, you could slowly buy. So with that, we got Big 5 here. Big 5 has got net margin here. Look, it's got positive net margin, which is let's see here, net margin is 9%. It's got nice overall score here. Stock has been dropping off late, and look, short ratio is high, 41%. You could buy some BGFV, Big 5 sporting goods here. On the other end, Camping World, it already went higher, as you can see here. So at this time, RSI is 57. That tells you not a good time to buy at this time unless you're a long-term buyer. And we got a few more names here. We got Rite Aid, as you can see here. Rite Aid stock is clobbered here. It's got a negative net margin, negative 2%. But look, stock is going higher in the 5-day time frame. That tells you this can go higher. RSI right now is RSI is very low here, 38, as you can see here. Both insiders and institutions are buying slowly. That's a good sign here. And Rite Aid also has got negative net margin, barely negative, negative 2%. And we've got a few more, as you see here. Keep watching, the insiders and institutions. PECO here, nice institutional buy. But the problem here is you could also buy this one here. Look, RSI is 43, which is a low RSI, and look, it's up in 3-month time frame here. You could also buy this one. It's got net margin positive, which is 3%, as you can see here. And we've got a few more names. Keep a watch on how the stock is doing in 1 day, 5 day. That can tell you if the stock is having some upward momentum in the short term. For example, we got a few names here. We got VTNR. VTNR looks like it's trying to go higher in the 5-day and 1-month time frame here. You could look at this one also here and see if you can buy this one. Look, it's got RSI 66. I think it's a little high. I would wait on this one. I would like to invest in stocks with the RSI less than 50, that they can have some nice opportunity to bounce back here. And I also like stocks like CHWY as well as DMTK here. Right now they're beaten down, as you can see here, but you could buy, I think DMTK is a good one here. You could buy some DMTK as well as CHWY, which are completely meme stocks. And I got a few more, as usual. Keep a watch on how the stock is doing in the shorter term here. Looks like Fisker as well as MED, MDVL, both are trying to go higher in the short term. You could look at that one also. As usual, if the stock has got nice overall score, I like those much better. We got few with nice overall score. BGFV, we talked about it. We got ARCH, nice overall score. But the problem with this one is it's already high, RSI 60. I would wait for this to cool off a little bit. And we got, I think, one more with nice and high overall score here, Icpt. Intercept Pharma, you could buy this one here, but this one has got a little bit higher RSI. It is already up nicely in 5-day. I would wait on this one also. I typically love to invest when the RSI is a little bit lower, because they got high chance they can go higher quickly. All right, so with that, look, we got one more here. You looks like a nice insider buy, 399% high. Look, this you could buy this one here. RSI is 46. It's a contrarian play, mainly because net margin is negative here, but this can go higher. You could buy this one also. Nice next year EPS growth as well as next year revenue growth here. All right, the list continues here. So we got your short ratio. It's in a descending order, so you could look at some of these names here. As usual, keep a watch on what insiders are doing. We got Oxygen here, $2 stock, as you can see here. Nice institutional buy here, and it's got nice EPS growth as well as revenue growth for next year. Stock is clobbered, as you can see here. You could buy some Oxygen as a contrarian play here. And we got Dutch Bros here. Dutch Bros is a coffee chain, as many of you know here. Stock is beaten down big time. Nice expectation from for next year here. And look, it's got debt to equity is a little bit high. They don't have too much. Current ratio is also low. Fundamentally, it's not a great company, but with the Starbucks beaten down at this time, you could put some money into Dutch Bros here. It's a contrarian play. You might be able to do well also here. And we got a few more names here. Keep watch on both insider and institution buy here. I like when there is a nice institutional buy or insider buy. As an example here, Blue Apron. Looks like there's a nice insider buy here. Stock is clobbered, trying to go higher in the 5-day time frame. You could buy some Blue Apron here and go from there. And we got a few more. Look, we got ATUS here. Nice insider buy here. Stock is trying to go higher in the short term. RSI is 40. This can also go higher. Its RSI is much below 50 here. So with that, we got a couple more here. Asana. Looks like the CEO is keep on buying the stock here. Asana is down at this time. This can go higher. It's a good short squeeze type stock. And we got a few more. Look, we got Shift4. Nice institution or insider buy here. Institutions are also buying. Stock is not responding yet. It's got a low RSI, which is 31 here. You could buy some Shift4 here. You might do very well. As usual, keep a watch on overall score here. Higher the better. We got one with 660 overall score right here, which is big lots. You could buy some big lots also here with the high short ratio. This can also go higher. Looks like big lots is going higher in the 5-day time frame here. All right, let's look at a few more here. List continues. All these have got high short ratio here, descending order, as you can see here. Next, keep a watch on insider and institution buy here. We got Carvana. Carvana looks like insiders are buying, institutions are buying. You could take a look at that one here. Stock has not shown any improvements yet, but you could anticipate the improvement. Buy some Carvana. Given the RSI is very low, stock is clobbered in the near term. And we got a few more here. We got INO. Look, INO has got nice institutional buy here, and you could buy some INO. Given it's a very high valuation name here, you got to be slightly careful here. And company is not making any money. Negative net margin, big time. It's a contrarian play. And we got a few more here with nice 1-day and 5-day performance here. You could take a look at those. If the stock has jumped too much in 1-day, 5-day, like the one here, like Big or Winco, you should not chase that. Instead, go after the stocks which are making some slight improvements, or even a nice insider or institution buy. Those are the names that you should invest slowly and go from there. All right, now we got a few more here. Follow the same methodology. Keep a watch on short ratio here. All high short ratio in a descending order. Then look at insider and institutional buy here. We got Groupon. As you can see here, Groupon, insiders are buying, institutions are also buying. Stock has not shown any improvements yet, but this can go higher given there's a nice insider as well as institution buy. And keep watch here. We got a few more names here, and keep a watch on 1-day, 5-day. If you see some improvements in 1-day, 5-day, you can invest in those names and go from there. Look, we got sleep number here. After down big time, it's showing some signs of improvement here in a 5-day chart, up 3.6%. At this time, you could also buy some sleep number here. And we got one more here, Cinemark. It's a small cinema chain, as many of you know here, showing some improvement in a 1-day chart here. RSI 35 tells you it's clobbered. You could buy some of this also. And we got a few more names here. Keep watching 1-day, 5-day. If you see some small improvement and if the RSI is still low, you could buy those names and go from there. All right. I also like names like GFS, Global Foundry here. It's also a good one. You could invest in this one for the long haul. They can also do very well. All right. So with that, when the market is volatile, be very selective when you select short squeeze stocks here, because generally market is trending lower. You want strongest candidates. Look for RSI or relative strength index, less than 50 or so. That way you got some more chance of stock going higher. And look at the stocks with the insider and institutional buy, and stocks showing some improvements in 1-day, 5-day, 10-day type time frame here. If you're a conservative investor, look for positive net margin companies, so that way you can hold on to it for a little bit longer. And you could also look at overall score over 40, so that way these are really better companies. And few stocks you could consider for short squeeze or HRTX, BGFV, BCYC, CHWY, DMTK, Right Aid, and Shift 4. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.